Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. Today I want to give you a tour of a variety of Electro-Harmonix effects. Our friends from Electro-Harmonix were here yesterday for the morning meeting, and they left a pedal board with us that has a bunch of their different toys on it. I want to give you a chance to hear what some of these can do. So before we begin, I want to make sure to let you know that what I'm playing through is a Bogner Alchemist. It's a 1x12 combo, 40 watts. Great sounding combo that actually has 2 channels. We're set up on the clean channel. We've got it set for a very neutral tone. And this is a Parker Fly Mojo guitar. It's a super lightweight guitar, has a lot of tone to it, super thin neck, a really comfortable guitar to play. So let me show you what the clean sound sounds like. Let's begin with the Big Muff Pi. The Big Muff is one of the most famous of Electro-Harmonix pedals. It's a distortion box that reaches back decades. Now this is a little different version. It has some extra features that we'll take a look at. This one actually has something called a tone wicker. You can also switch the tone control in and out. Let's hear what it sounds like just as a straight distortion box. The tone control in this box is actually very interesting. It does a lot more than the usual high cut that you find on most fuzz boxes. Let's take a listen to the range of what it can do. So you can hear we can go from kind of a dark sound to almost a scooped mid sound to a very thin, bright sound. The other control on this Big Muff Pi is the Wicker Control. And what that does is really bring out the high end. It's more of the harmonics in the tone. Let's listen to what that does. This is without it. And with it. So a lot of different sounds available in this one single fuzz box. You can really tailor the tone to whatever you want to hear. Let's move on to the POG 2 pedal. The POG is a very interesting pedal. POG stands for Polyphonic Octave Generator, and unlike most octave divider pedals, which give you just an octave up or an octave down effect, this one will do both octave up and octave down and some other things as well. It also has an envelope shaping, so you can get kind of an organ kind of a sound out of it. But the interesting thing is that it will actually pitch shift with chords. It's a polyphonic device. Let's listen to some of the presets of what it can do. The next pedal is one of the newer pedals from Electro-Harmonix. This is the Deluxe Memory Boy. Now it's an analog delay pedal, but it does some very interesting things. First of all, it actually allows you to plug in an expression pedal, and you can route that expression pedal to control 4 different parameters. You can control the modulation depth, you can control the feedback control, you can also control the delay time, and you can control the rate of the modulation, so you can switch among those. We can have it set for a single repeat with the minimum amount of feedback. When we step on the pedal, we can change that amount. Now, there also is a switch on this delay that lets us set up tap time, so you can have rhythmic taps if you're tapping in a tap tempo, for example. You can also have it do quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, so you can do those kind of rhythmic things as well. But the fun really starts when you use the effects loop. This pedal has its own effects loop, and in this case, I've got a Micro POG plugged into the effects loop. The Micro POG is an octave up and an octave down pitch shifter. So the signal, the dry signal is going straight through the pedal, but then the actual delays, the actual effects part from the Memory Boy are going through the octave divider. I'm going to take the dry sound out and just do an octave shift down using the Micro POG. The same thing works when we do the octave up. The last pedal I want to take a look at today is the Cathedral Stereo Reverb. Now, Electro-Harmonix has had several reverbs over the years. They had the Holy Grail, the Holier Grail. They've kind of combined all that into this one unit and also made it true stereo, which gives you a really nice spacious effect. We're going to be hearing it in mono today, but it still sounds great. There are 8 different modes on the Cathedral. They range from different spring reverbs to hall reverbs to some special effects kind of things to some delay kind of things. Let's listen to a few of the different modes. This is the Grail spring mode, which is very similar to what you'd find in an amplifier. We can switch from that to a room reverb. There's also a plate reverb. Then there are some special effects reverbs, such as a reverse reverb. Something called the Grail flurb. Then there's also an echo mode, which basically adds in some early reflections and some different bouncing sounds within the reverb. Now, I've just shown you the basic modes. There are a variety of different controls that you can use to shape those different reverbs as well. There's pre-delay, the reverb time, obviously. There's a tone control, so you can really adjust the reverbs to exactly what you want to hear. I hope you've enjoyed this look at some of Electro-Harmonix pedals. I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for the Sweetwater Minute.